With summer travel beginning in the US, drivers are confronting eye-watering gas prices. Nationwide, the average price of a gallon has risen to nearly $5, and in at least 10 states it's higher than that already. Adjusted for inflation, national prices are still lower than at some periods in the past. But that's little comfort to people filling up, many of whom have taken to social media to share prices in their area. So what's making gas so expensive? Before the COVID-19 pandemic, gas prices in the US were below $3 a gallon. Lockdowns in 2020 caused global oil demand to plummet. Prices fell and producers reduced output.
What we saw with the pandemic is that demand reduced so quickly that supply that was coming from those wells that were already producing was more than enough to meet that demand. And so what companies did is they just completely stopped drilling for some time period.
With the arrival of vaccines in 2021, demand began to increase again, faster than producers brought supply back online. Then, Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February of this year sent oil and other commodity prices spiraling even higher. Russia is the world's third largest oil producer, but the war and sanctions cratered its exports. This further stretched global supplies and raised prices at the pump. Higher energy prices have also helped feed inflation, with impacts for many consumer goods. But for oil and gas companies, soaring prices have brought record profits. In Britain, the government has turned to so-called windfall taxes on oil and gas companies to help subsidize consumers. The White House has expressed support of similar measures being considered in Congress, but their passage is uncertain.
Today, I'm authorizing the release of 1 million barrels per day.
In March, President Biden announced that the U.S. would release 1 million barrels of oil per day from the country's strategic oil reserve. Republicans are pushing for more drilling within the U.S., but any new projects are unlikely to impact prices in the near term. And the White House says that thousands of existing permits are not currently being used by companies. Forecasters expect oil prices to pare some of their gains in 2023, but this summer, drivers can continue to expect to pay up at the pump.